Hi everyone, welcome to Ritardando YouTube channel page. This is Supreet CB and today we are studying the Gaint, which is the fifth piece of Trinity initial grade piano syllabus from 2021 to 2023. This piece is composed in E minor scale. How do you say it is E minor? Because by looking at the key signature, you see the key signature of this piece is having a sharp accidental note on the fifth line of treble clef and the fourth line of bass clef. In this case, there are two options. One is G major and one more is E minor. But if you look at the first note and the interval between them is like E and B. So usually E and B is like a perfect fifth interval. From this we can say it's an E minor but not G major. So first let's study how to play this E minor scale on both hands. So the right hand is on the thumb finger and the left hand E is in the pinky finger. So only F sharp is accidental, other things are natural notes. This is the E minor scale. Anyways, so and the time signature, it's a 4/4, so nothing to explain more about this, because if you have purchased already the 4 pieces of this Trinity initial of mine, it will be understood what is this time signature 4/4 and many other things. Let's start with this. So let's look at the first bar. So this is the first 2 lines what I played it now at 102 tempo. So let's start studying this. Have a look at the first bar on the right hand. You have the E note. That's the middle E we say in piano or any other instrument. So E is with the thumb finger. It's commonly understood. That should be the thumb finger, because if you have any other finger, you cannot go to the B note with just pinky finger. You cannot stretch your fingers. That's the common sense to understand. So E will be your first finger with the E note. And E is taking a quarter note, and E is taking 1 beat. That's a quarter note, so it's for only 1 beat. So E is all played on the first metronome beat, and the immediate on the second metronome beat you have the B note played. And when you're playing from E note to the B note, can you observe there's a line on the top? So that line is nothing but slur line from E to B I'm talking about now. That means the both notes are connected smoothly, then that's known as the legato. So E, B, you cannot play like E and you can just leaving the E and you're going to play the B. This cannot be played. So you're playing E with a smooth connections. On the second beat you have to play the B note, and 2 beats completed. If you go to the third beat, again you have the B note, so play it, and again the fourth beat you have 1 more B, so play it. So this is the first part of right hand. Now let's add the bass clef left hand for this. It takes time for the beginner to understand or to calculate what note is that. So it's nothing but E note, but one thing, that's not this E note, whatever you see on the window, what I'm the pointing of this note, this is not that E note. They're talking about this note. It's just still 1 octave previous back. We can call this the lowest octave almost. So lowest octave E, you're going to play with the 5th finger assigned already. And what note is that? That is the half note. That's a minim. So on the first beat you play the E, and the second metronome beat also you're holding the same E note, and on the third beat you're going to play the next note, that is B note, and that again it's a half note, so hence the fourth beat is also the same B note is still sustaining. And if you look at the line on the top, now the line is starting from the E and it is crossing over the B note. It's maybe ending on the second bar. So you're going to play E to B with connections. There's small confusion, there's small challenging here, because when you combine both the hands, right hand you play the E note and the left hand you play the E note, okay? And next you play the B note with the legato, okay, play off, no problem till here, no problem. When you go for the next one, there is again B you need to play, but for this right hand B you are lifting your hand to play the B or the third beat, but you're not supposed to lift the left hand. So that's confusion, because the right hand you are lifting, but left hand you're not lifting. It's just you need to work on the brain. So like 1, 2 in. See, I lifted my right hand, but my left hand is having connections from E to B. 1, 2, 3, and fourth beat is again B. You're going to play, and that's the complete of 1 bar. Move to the second bar. What is the second bar? Second bar, first note is understood. It's A note. So which finger for the A note they have not assigned, but if you already played E with your first finger, then just calculate like this. So I'll be having the fourth finger. A will be the fourth, and next you have the B, easily understood, it should be the fifth finger. And then you have the F note. It's not F here because according to the key signature it should be F sharp with your second finger. That's how it goes. So you started with the A with the fourth finger, 1, 2, and third beat you're playing the F sharp note, 3, and fourth beat also F sharp is sustaining. Left hand, if you take, you have the first note as A note, and that's not this A, this is the lowest A note. So which finger now on the A? Can you guess which finger that A should have it? So again, what you have to do in this case, the previous note you have to check which finger you had played. You had played on the first bar E with the fifth finger. If that is so, then the second finger will be taking your A note. This is the thing. And you have the first beat A note, and next you have the B note for on the second beat. As usual, on the third beat you have the F sharp note with your fourth finger. It's understood. Right hand you had fourth finger A, left hand you had the second finger A. So 1, 2. So both hands I'm playing A and B. There is nothing different I'm playing. So 1, 2, and the third beat, both hands I'm playing the F sharps with their respective octaves. I'm playing the second finger F sharp, left hand fourth finger F sharp, 3, 4. So that's the 2 bars completed. If you want to play with the timing, so you can play like this. Let me say the beats now from my mouth, and then I will mute myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then comes 1 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about the first 2 bars. You need to understand, you need to observe the legato lines, the slur lines. That's very important here. The first 2 bars is done. Let's go to the third bar. Third bar is almost same of the first bar, I think. So again it's having E and B, and again you have the B, and again you have the B, right hand B, and left hand, left hand is doing its work, whatever it is assigned there. That's the third bar. And now comes the fourth bar, something differently. You have the fourth bar on your screen, the notes also you can see. The fourth bar, the first note is F here. This time it is not F sharp here, because you see beside F we can see there is some kind of signature, and that is known as the natural signature. What do you mean by natural signature? Natural sign is nothing but it just cancels the accidentals. Either it can be sharp or flat. So that just cancels F sharp, and that becomes F on the right hand. And the next note is F sharp again, because it's again sharp is assigned there, and that should be F sharp with your third finger. Same thing happens with your left hand. Fourth finger you're playing as a F note, and after 2 beats on the third beat you're going to play the F sharp with your third finger. Only fourth bar, if you practice, it will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be half note, means they each note take 2 beats. So that's why I said 1, 2, and third beat you play the F sharp, and fourth beat it is still sustaining. And now if you play the whole line, see it counts like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4. After 2 bars completed, you have to lift your fingers, because you cannot have the connections from second bar to the third bar, because, can you say why? Because there is no line connected between them. So there is no slur, there is no legato, hence we have to lift after 4 beats. 3, 4. Then start again: 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the right hand you played the B note on the third bar, last beat, fourth beat. There you still need to have connections to move to the fourth bar, because there is a connection line, there's a slur line. So you go here: 1, 2, 3, 4. If you mute yourself and if you say in mind, it sounds like this: